Hi, you are listening to the Father Support Network podcast. This podcast is for single fathers and fathers in general. On this podcast, we educate, inform, guide, encourage, and help fathers navigate the complex challenges of maintaining contact and healthy relationships with their children after separation or divorce. Your host is Dr. Michael Uwangba. Michael Uwangba is a father of three who successfully fought for the right of his children to have their father in their lives.
Hello, and happy Friday, happy Boxing Day. Just a quick one before I dash out to you. Listen, compliment of the season, Merry Christmas. It was Christmas yesterday. I just want to talk about an important topic before I dash out to go chill out with some friends, and that is, how do you deal with the misinformation from your ex? Then looking at my own experience, and so I guess what I'm saying is, when you're separated and then your ex starts telling your kids certain narrative of about you, or narrative about how the relationship went. And let's say these kids are young kids. So in my experience, they think my kids are quite young still, and I believe that are information that are for a certain time. The kids have to know at a certain time. There's no two ways about it. But when you're in a situation where your ex is already telling your kids those narratives, but presenting those narratives in a biased way, or speaking ill about you and trying to poison the mind. So why do they do that, number one? So it's also an issue where someone does that to poison the kid's mind against you. There's a question of getting back at you through the kids. It's just diabolic when I think about it. How you want your child to perceive the other parent in a negative light, and to just destroy the relationship between them. I've seen some people that hate their dad, and they hate their dad not because their dad has done anything to them, just going off what information the mom has given them, which in most cases is misinformation. So how do you balance that? Let's say in a situation like myself, where you both co-parents and they have the kids, and you're put in a situation where the kids have one side of the narrative which is not right, or being told from the other parents' eyes. I always say it gets to a certain point, like I said, where the child will definitely want to know, where they become curious themselves. My kids are grown to a point where they come ask me questions. They say, Daddy, they want to know why, Mom, or Daddy, what happened, or Daddy, those times you bet me the moms I've told them certain narrative, and they want to get a balanced picture. So this is what I'll say. As difficult as it is, when the child gets to a certain age and they're curious like that, you need to respectfully and with all caution, you present to them a balanced picture. But still, you can't go all in. There's certain things you can do, because you wanna be careful. Maligning the other parent's character, the mother's character, just to get back. What you want to do is to correct a misinformation, or correct a narrative, and then make the child as well. But again, I think you can't just go all in as well. You need to see what is appropriate for certain age. There's an age where your child is, and you feel like, okay, they're old enough, they have some certain kind of understanding. You need to help them, because believe me or no, whether you tell them or not, the kids have emotions. And I've seen my daughter, like they just, maybe they've gone to spend the weekend, and the mom's at the back, and they look at their friends in school, that the father and the mom are together, and they wonder, why is mom and dad not together? And they want to know. So they what do? You can't just discard them. You can't just wave it off. We live in a way where kids these days are precocious. Kids these days are very smart. So you need to, in a way that is understandable to them, break it down to them, and let them understand that sometimes people go to separate. Sometimes it's for the good. Sometimes being together might be detrimental to them. Sometimes maybe the argument in front of them might even more be much more detrimental than being together, than being apart. So for me, it gets to the point where my kids get to the level where I can divulge certain information about events. It could be the chronicle of the events, maybe the way those events have been presented. You present those events to them in a certain way so that they have an understanding, and you help them in their journey. Because when two people fight, when two people go their separate ways, I tell you, a lot of people suffer from it, and they have questions they want to ask. There's burning questions, even as little as that they're looking at you. They wonder why they have to go spend some time here, not spend time all together. And it is difficult, but unfortunately, some parents, some men, I've seen some men as well, that will try to paint the mother in a very negative light, to score cheap points, or to feel like they want the kid to just like only them and just despise the mother. Is sad. It's just a sad thing when two people are together and they're falling apart. I think if there was any iota of love between them, then they need to just protect the child or the children that they have. And if the children are curious, when they get to a certain age, you'll be able to tell them in a way where they can understand. But I don't want to dwell too much on this topic. All I'm saying is it's tough out there. Let's make out there. The best thing would be to make a good judgment. The best thing I'll say would be make a good judgment and don't get with someone that you don't share values together, because then you bring innocent children into this world and they're not together, and then you have all this confusion and all this stuff. So the best thing, but sometimes it can be, I think it's luck. I think a part of this is luck to find, because I've met people that are calm, they look calm on the surface, but man, over time, when you've trusted them, they bring out, they manifest some characters that you wish if they've manifested early on you. But there's always red flag. We always see, but we ignore, we choose to ignore. And I will be my chest and say, yes, I made poor choices, and I didn't make the right choices in certain places. But you can't sit down and cry over spilled milk. You need to look forward and look at the lessons and keep moving forward and apply those lessons moving forward. But all of those kids that are there that are living apart from the parents or spend time here, listen, you're beautiful, you're innocent, you're meant to, you shouldn't even be bearing that burden. But it's just what it is, unfortunately. And I pray peace for parents that are maybe they some people are bitter, some people feel hurt. I pray you get healing, you get the healing you deserve and the peace you get, and we can share our differences for the sake of the kids and raise kids in a healthy environment. Father, stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of the year. Happy New Year in advance.